starting off with the face today, I'm going in with my two favorite primers at the moment. The first one I'm using is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and I'm using that all over my face, and that's going to help prolong the wear of my makeup. Then the second one I'm going to go in with is the Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer, and I'm going to focus that in my T-zone area and press that into the skin. I'm using Hard Candy Glamoflauge Concealer to go in with the spots where I need extra coverage before I put in my foundation. I'm mixing two foundations today. The first one is the Revlon Colorstay foundation in the shade 360 and L'Oreal True Match in the shade W5, and I'm mixing those together with a new flat top kabuki brush that I have. This is from BH Cosmetics, and I've really been enjoying the kabuki set that I got. So I'm just applying that all over my face, first stippling, pressing the foundation into my skin, and then I'll buff it all over. I'm using my usual MAC Pro Longwear Concealer to highlight and conceal underneath my eyes. I only use one pump, and I place it underneath my eyes, in between my eyebrows, a little bit on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. And then I blend that out with another BH Cosmetics kabuki brush. It's the tapered one, and I really like the way that it blends it out. Using Makeup Forever HD powder. It's a translucent powder everywhere that I put that concealer just to set it so it doesn't move. This is one of my favorite translucent powders ever, and so far I've only had sample sizes of it, and I really need to go get a full size because I'm so in love with it. And of course, I'm setting the rest of my face with my Maybelline Dream Matte Powder. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of this stuff because I believe it's discontinued. I may have to try the other Maybelline powder that are in stores right now, but this is just my all-time favorite setting powder. It doesn't add any coverage or anything, it simply just sets the foundation. And today I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and I am so in love with this palette. I love it so much, and it smells amazing. It reminds me of the Swiss chocolate, hot chocolate powder. The first shade I'm using is Salted Caramel. It's a matte, light, warm tone brown, and I'm putting that in the crease as a transition color, and I'm just buffing that all over. The next shade I'm using is Semi Sweet. It's a matte, neutral colored brown. It's not too warm and it's not too cool. And I'm using a blending crease brush, and I'm placing that mostly in the crease. I'm going for a more rounded look on the eyes rather than a cat eye or anything because we're not doing a winged liner. So I'm just buffing that in the crease and focusing it on the outer corner and the inner corner and kind of keeping the center of the eyelid empty. To ensure there are no harsh lines, I'm going back with the original brush that I used, the blending crease brush, and I'm just going over everything to make sure there's a smooth transition. The next shade I'm using is called Hazelnut, and it's a shimmery bronze shade, and I'm just packing that all over the lid with the flat shader brush. touching up the crease color, that semi-sweet color, because we lost a little bit of it when we put on the lid color. So I'm just going back in and making sure I keep that definition in the crease area. I want my eyes to pop a little bit more, so I'm going in with Creme Brûlée, which is a beautiful gold color, and I'm taking another flat shader brush and just popping that in the center of the lid, and I'm keeping it mainly in the center. I want more of a rounded look today, so having that pop of gold is really going to help achieve that look. So I'm going to blend it in a little bit with that bronzy shade with the crease brush, and I go back and forth between those two colors to make sure everything is blended and I get the look that I desire. Going back in with Hazelnut on a flat definer brush, and I'm just packing that on my lower lashes from the outer corner all the way back to the inner corner. I'm using the shade Milk Chocolate, which is another warm matte brown shade, and I'm blending that with the bronzy shade that I put on my lower lashes to kind of give it more of a smoky effect. I'm taking Creme Brûlée, that gold shade again, and just putting that on the center of my lower lash line. To highlight my brow bone, I am using the matte cream shade in the palette, and this is the shade White Chocolate. To highlight the inner corner of my eyes, I'm using the shade Marzapan, which is a really pretty shimmery champagne shade, and I'm just popping that on the inner corners. I'm using L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara as always, just to coat my top and bottom lashes with a coat of mascara because we are going in with false lashes. I filled in my brows off camera with Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in the shade Auburn. It was not a good brow day for me, but I am setting my brows right here with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I think I found my new favorite lashes of life. These are the House of Lashes Bambi lashes, and they're so pretty. They have a really thin band, so they're really comfortable to wear. And they're just so wispy, and I think they're just so romantic, and they just pull the look together. You can see the difference between the two eyes, the right side with the Bambi lashes and the left side with my natural lashes. And I just think it makes a really big difference, especially if you're not wearing eyeliner. These are a really nice addition to any eye look. I'm bronzing my face today with Smashbox Suntan Matte Bronzer. I'm kind of bronzing and contouring at the same time, and this is an angled, I believe it's a contour brush from Morphe Brushes. So I'm going on my cheekbones, my forehead, and bringing it down my neck. Deepening up that contour a little bit with MAC blush in the shade Taupe. So I'm just going with I believe this is a foundation brush from Real Techniques, and I really like it for contouring because it has a flat edge. So I'm just going underneath my cheekbones and my nose to kind of define it a little bit more. The blush I'm using today is by MAC, and it's the shade Margin, which is a bronzy pink shade, which I think ties in with the look. At this point, I always take a large stippling brush and kind of just blend everything together to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines. For my highlight, I'm using MAC Soft and Gentle, and I'm using that with a Morphe fan brush and just putting that on the tops of my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my cupid's bow, and a tiny bit on my forehead and chin. I'm using a NYX lip liner. This is in the shade Plum, and I'm lining my lips and filling it in completely. The lipstick I'm using is by Milani, and it's in the shade Sangria, and it's a really pretty plum shade, and these lipsticks are so creamy and opaque and so comfortable to wear, and I really think this shade is a nice dupe for MAC Rebel, so if you don't have that and would like to try it, this is a really nice alternative. So after that, we are done, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.